DeMarcus Cousins' already turbulent career hit a new low on Monday night in Puerto Rico, where the ex-NBA star was ejected from a game after an ugly confrontation with a courtside fan spiraled out of control. The 34-year-old big man, once one of the most dominant players in the NBA, found himself in the middle of a fiery altercation during a Baloncesto Superior Nacional (BSN) game while playing for Mets de Guaynabo, his team in Puerto Rico's Premier Basketball League. The incident occurred late in the fourth quarter when tensions reached a boiling point during a timeout. In what started as a heated verbal exchange, Cousins engaged with a fan seated near the court. What followed was a moment of escalation that had the crowd buzzing with disbelief. According to multiple witnesses and video footage, Cousins began the confrontation by grabbing his crotch in a provocative gesture aimed directly at the fan. The fan, clearly unamused by the disrespect, shot back with a middle finger, triggering a volatile response from the former NBA All-Star. The situation quickly escalated as Cousins lunged toward the fan, his teammates rushing in to separate the two before things could get physical. It was clear this was no ordinary exchange, and the officials had no choice but to eject Cousins from the game. However, things took a turn for the worse when the veteran center left the court. As Cousins made his way to the tunnel, the crowd erupted in boos. What followed was a near-chaotic scene, with fans hurling drinks and food in his direction. It was an ugly and hostile exit, as Cousins shouted back at the crowd and even flipped the bird in retaliation. The scene was eerily reminiscent of the infamous Malice at the Palace in 2004, an NBA incident that saw players and fans clash violently in the stands. While no physical altercation occurred in Puerto Rico, the intensity of the moment was hard to ignore. At one point, Cousins, visibly agitated and soaked in beer, attempted to charge the stands, forcing teammates and security to physically restrain him. His exit was anything but smooth, as he was escorted off the court, his once promising comeback now marred by the controversy. The fallout from this incident is still unfolding. As of Tuesday, no formal discipline had been announced, but BSN officials made it clear they were reviewing the situation. It remains to be seen what kind of punishment Cousins might face and whether or not his future with Mets de Guaynabo is now in jeopardy. BSN President Ricardo Dalmau is expected to speak on the matter later this week, and the league's decision could have serious ramifications for Cousins' international career. After those stints, Cousins found himself on the fringes of the NBA, playing in lesser-known international leagues, but the 2023 season marked his return to the BSN. For many, it represented his final shot at redemption. His hopes of returning to the NBA were still alive. But this confrontation in Puerto Rico might just put those dreams on hold. The ejection and the chaos that followed have cast a shadow over Cousins' career revival, and the Mets de Guaynabo team has not yet commented on whether he will face further punishment or be allowed to continue playing with them. The team has remained silent, likely awaiting guidance from the league on how to proceed with the situation. With Cousins' track record of controversial behavior, it's unclear whether the BSN will choose to let him off with a slap on the wrist or take a more significant stance. For Cousins, this latest incident isn't just about an altercation with a fan. It's another black mark on a career that has seen as many lows as highs. His volatile nature, which once led to on-court technical fouls and disputes with coaches, has continued to follow him overseas. At this point, the question isn't whether he's still talented. Cousins undoubtedly has the skills to be a force in international basketball, but whether he can control his emotions and avoid further incidents that might sabotage his future. As the BSN reviews the incident, all eyes will be on how they handle the fallout. Will they cut ties with the former All-Star, or will they decide to give him another chance to salvage his career? Whatever the outcome, this confrontation will likely go down as one of the most dramatic and defining moments of DeMarcus Cousins' basketball journey. And with his future now hanging in the balance, the question remains, can DeMarcus Cousins find redemption, or is this the end of the road for the once promising big man? This moment is a stark reminder that in professional sports, a single outburst can derail years of hard work and hope. For now, all Cousins can do is wait to see what happens next, and hope that his career isn't permanently damaged by the events of one fateful night in Puerto Rico.